In this video, I'm going to talk to you about something called a pre-pack or review pre-package. So I'm going to go to just class information real quick and go to the schedule and click over here to February, and you're going to see that this pre-pack is going to be due several times a week. This week it is only due once. It's due Friday by 3 o'clock. It's important that you do these on time. It's not just a matter of doing them when you want. So I'm assessing whether or not you're doing them in a timely manner. Okay, here's how exactly I want you to do them. If I go to AP Review, I will see Preliminary Review Pack or Pre-Pack, and there are several here. I'm going to start by showing you the answer sheet template. I would like you to put your answers on this template, or you can replicate this because there are some questions in here that I want you to use in your notes. When filling out the sheet, obviously put your name. You're going to put the pre-package problem number. That's the number that we're doing, so that's the number that I assign. The date, I'll just put today's date. The AP year is going to be which year this was given, and you'll know that. And the AP number is which number of that year. So let's say it was 2005. Problem number 3, you would circle a 3, and I'll show you where that information comes from. And then calculator question, yes or no, and you'll circle that. Let's go back here. So that's what the answer template looks like. I'd like you to fill that out. Next, let's click on one of these. The first one will be 2009, question 1, so I'll click on that. This number here is which AP pack number it is. So this is number 1. The first one we're doing. It has a hashtag. And then this is going to be 2009, problem number 1 of 2009. So hashtag problem 1, and then it also happens to be AP question 1 of 2009. This is a calculator question. If it's question 1 or 2, you know it's a calculator question. Now back to the question itself. You've actually seen this in one of your problems already, but it's really important that you do the problem without just writing the answers. In fact, you're going to have the answers at your disposal. The point of this is not that you increase your grade. It's not that you can show them you're doing it. It's that you can legitimately have practice now. So it says Karen, and I can't get over the spelling of this. Karen rides her bicycle, and here's the velocity given in this graph. We're clearly going to appeal to some geometry. We have another character here, Larry. Larry has a velocity that's given here. So this is clearly a fundamental theorem of calculus question. It's not approximation. We would know it's approximation if we were using trapezoids or rectangle approximation method. So this here is going to be the fundamental theorem of calculus part 2 without approximation. Okay, so once you've done this entire question, you are to do your work, your legitimate work. That's what I want to see. But when this is all said and done, and you've done it on your own, we're going to come back up to here, and we're going to go to AP Central. Okay, in AP Central, they have many different years from 2018. You can actually Google 2019 as well, 2017, so on and so forth. So this was 2009, not Form B. Form B is a makeup exam, often an international version. So we're going to go to 2009 free response questions. And there's a lot of information here. Here are the free response questions. So if I click on this, it brings me to a PDF, and this PDF is the 2009 exam. Question 1, there it is, Karen. Question 2, 3, so on and so forth. Okay, they also have scoring guidelines, and I want you to become familiar with this. I want you to know where this stuff is. So if I click on scoring guidelines, it gives me a rubric. It is so important that you don't say, I don't know how to do it, so you just look at the rubric and copy it down. That will do no good. The rubrics are often terse, are often not expressed exactly the way students would present their work. So a red flag to me is if your work is exactly like the rubric, then I know that you're not putting the legitimate work in yourself. Anyway, for different elements of the problem, they tell you how many points you would earn for the particular elements in the problem. So again, don't use this as a learning tool, use it as a grading tool, which then becomes the learning tool. There are some other things here: student performance question and answers, scoring statistics. There are also sample questions and sample scoring. If I just click on scoring statistics, question number 1 had a mean of 6.15. Each question is worth 9 points, so the average person had 6.15 points out of 9, and if you beat the average, you're well on your way to getting a 5 on the AP exam. So you're going to do each of the questions in a timely manner. Let's go back. If you want them all combined, they're here, but pretty self-explanatory. 1 through 10 questions due according to the calendar schedule. And again, that's preliminary review pack questions, and that comes under AP review. You will submit to Google Classroom a picture of your handwritten work. I fully expect when you hand in your work that you've already checked your answers and you've scored your work. It's not meant for me to score your work. It's meant to just keep you accountable in terms of time, point checks, that you're going back and reviewing some of the concepts from earlier sections.